Hey everyone, welcome back to the Sustainable Fitness Diary. This is episode number 11. Just want to say thank you to you all who have been listening to my episodes regularly, or even if you're someone new, I hope you're gonna enjoy my podcast. Recently, I've shared a post on Instagram where I've mentioned that I have been on my fitness journey for 14 years now, and I've just shared few tips on like what to do when you are in your first 3 years of training. So basically when you are just starting out, or even if your fitness has been quite on and off. As I was writing the post, there were just so many things I wanted to expand on, but that's only too much you can put onto each slide. So I have just decided to expand on that through podcast and talk to you a little bit more on what would I do if I am in the early stages of my fitness journey. So let's just get into it. So the first tip I want to give you is to focus less on the aesthetics or your physique goals. When I first started training, I was only about 14 years old. I didn't start the fitness journey just because I wanted to be healthy or get fit. I started the fitness journey because I wanted to lose weight. And we're talking about 14-year-old Veronika, who was probably only around 50 kilograms. And I just told myself that I am too big and that I have to lose weight. Basically, what it triggered was when my brother started training and he went onto this 8 or 12-week challenge where the idea was to get in shape, build muscle, and just basically get shredded. And my brother had a great success with it. He went for short period of time and got great results. And I looked at him and I was like, well, I don't do much right now. I don't have any hobbies. I don't play any sports. I might as well do something for myself. And because my whole childhood I've been perceived to be the weaker one, the small one, I might as well go to the gym or train and build some muscle and get shredded. So that was the initial idea for me to start training. So it wasn't because I wanted to be healthy, it was because I wanted to lose weight and look good. But unfortunately, as you know, it doesn't work like that, and I've done training for a few months and didn't achieve any results. I've started lifting weights and saw that I'm progressing in strength, but that didn't really matter to me too much. I just wanted the physique goals like my brother had. And that caused really crazy training for 8 months straight, training 6 times per week and really just aiming for that physique. So my biggest advice to you is do not have physique goal as your primary goal, just because it just messes up too much with your head. And if you don't understand fitness too much, like I didn't understand because I was a beginner, you will be struggling to achieve that goal. I would just start the fitness for different reasons, whether that is performance, whether that is to just work on longevity, improving bone density, or just getting stronger, and having physical as the secondary goal. Yes, it is important to aim for physique goals as well, especially as we know the obesity has been getting worse and people are overweight, it's important to also lose weight and be healthy, because that's going to contribute to your longevity and just feeling better overall. But I don't think it should be the only goal. Every time I meet someone new and they just tell me I just want to lose 5 or 10 kilograms, I just know that the likelihood for them to continue this long term is very low. So that's my first advice. Find something else in your fitness journey which is not only about metrics, about how much weight you gain or how much weight you lose, but also trying to find out why it matters to you to do this. Is it for your kids? Is it for just, being an inspiration for someone, or just having it as a hobby? So there are all great reasons why to go to the gym. Tip number 2, train with other people. When I first started training, I was doing it alone. Even though my brother helped me initially, taught me how to do some of the movements, I was doing on my own, and it can be incredibly lonely, and it's really hard to push yourself to do the exercise. Luckily enough, after some time training alone, my brother started going to this small group fitness space, or it was a bit of like a CrossFit. This is where CrossFit just started booming in the Czech Republic. And he started going there, and I'm just like, well, I want to do it too. I just want to see what it is like. And that group was focusing so much more on performance goal, getting stronger, learning technique, and just being part of community. And that's what then helped me to continue on my fitness journey for next 2 or 3 years, just because of other people. People there push you, you see what they are doing, it can inspire you to try more, and it's just nice to just belong, and that's what I would recommend you to find your community. Find a running club or join a group fitness class, or even if you don't like these type of workouts, just train with a friend. Make sure that there is someone there for you to help you and motivate you in those early stages of your training, or even hiring a coach. I know I'm going to say that because I'm a personal trainer, but I think having another individual there can make a huge difference for you to do this long term. All right, now we're going to move to the tip number 3. That's do at least one challenge or some certain competition you need to purposely work for. One of the main reasons why you would want to work towards a certain challenge or event or competition is because it gives you a purpose to your training. If you just keep doing the same things over and over again, it might get incredibly boring, and it might be telling you that you are not achieving enough. Where if you work towards something specific, it can be anything. It can be novice powerlifting competition, it can be half marathon, high rocks, or even event in your gym. But it's like a little project you need to work for in order for you to participate in it and try to achieve or try to do your best. And that's what's gonna enhance your experience training at the gym. When I started training, when I was within that small group fitness place, I would always jump into an event later on, because that gave me the confidence. I was able to do local CrossFit competitions. Then that led to Olympic lifting competitions. And then, of course, in the recent years, I was doing powerlifting competitions. And now I am doing paladin racing, which is something similar to high rock. So I'm always trying to do some little event at least once a year so I can work towards something. And you have no idea how much more it can help you with the consistency at the gym. And it doesn't have to be something extreme, as I said, something simple which gives you a purpose to keep going. And you never know, you might like it that much that you can do it even multiple times per year. And that's incredibly rewarding. Tip number 5 will be spend time learning the right technique and also programming. I'm incredibly lucky that when I started training, I was always training with other people, and there were either group fitness coaches or other coaches who were always watching us with our technique. So I've learned how to do free weights quite well, but not to the point where it's that good where you get individual attention from a coach. Because I've never really had one-on-one personal training sessions. It was always with other people. And that's why it's just some of the movements, like accessory exercises, isolation stuff, and machines I wasn't really confident in, just because the gyms I was training at had lack of equipment and they were mostly based free weights. So I've never really learned those specific movements, but thankfully when I moved to Australia, I was studying Cert 3 and Cert 4 in fitness, and I've met some incredibly knowledgeable coaches who helped me with technique, with programming even, and then I started to see progress so much faster. I could see that, my strength is going up. I could see that my body composition is improving, and there was much less likelihood of injuring myself because I was doing everything correctly. So if you are a beginner and you really don't know what you are doing, I don't think watching YouTube or Instagram Reels is going to give you that confidence and that technique to do things the right way. So if you have access to a coach or to a friend who knows what they are doing, make sure you do so, because that's going to again improve your experience at the gym and also will help you to keep doing the fitness long term. Point number 6, start with less and build more later. When I first started training, I was working out 6 times per week, and I absolutely hated it. I didn't know there were other options because, the access to information back in 2012 was quite poor, and I had only access to this one person, which was my brother following. And I just thought that the only way how to achieve results is by going all in 6 times per week. And I am generally a very disciplined person, so I was doing it for 6 or 8 months straight, training every day. But when I would miss a day, I would feel so guilty. And that's something I don't want for you. I've been doing this for 14 years, and I know very well that people can get great results by training only twice per week. And even research confirms that. So find a way how to do enough first. And once you can prove to yourself that you can do twice per week, let's say for a month, then you can add extra day later. I even like to say to people or to my new clients, start with 2 days, make sure you do it every single week, and then have one optional day. So if you do show up, amazing, but if you don't, it's fine, because we don't want to reinforce any of the all or nothing thinking. And if even twice per week seems a bit too much right now, then I would recommend you to start with what I like to call anchor actions, and I'm using it so much inside the sustainable fitness space, inside my consistency reboot, where you just choose 2 tiny actions per week. You're gonna say when you're gonna do them, where you're gonna do them, the frequency, and the backup plan if that doesn't happen. It can be a little action like just showing up at the gym for 15 minutes twice a week, doing whatever. Yes, it might not be the most optimal, but you are already doing something. And you are doing, so that's the thing with the anchor actions, they are non-negotiable, so you have to show up no matter what. And if you can't, then you have that backup plan, which the backup plan can be, instead of going to the gym for 15 minutes, I'm going to go for a walk for 15 minutes. Because what it does, it just helps you to build that habit. And then once you prove to yourself that you can do this, you can just add more later. So that's my another tip. And the last tip I want to give you is to do your best to start working on your mindset right from the beginning. I went into my fitness journey with all or nothing mindset, and that all or nothing mindset was present there for quite a few years before I realized that if I miss a day, it's not a failure. I always had a bit of negative thinking about training in general. I've never really connected with something positive. I've always wanted to hustle, wanted to lift more, wanted to achieve more, and I used to even envy other people when they were going faster than me, and it was very, very frustrating for me to follow my own fitness journey because I would be just looking what others are doing, and it can make the experience really frustrating. And another thing is, don't be biased towards just one single approach. Because I didn't know any better, I've had this one coach, I had this one approach. I've always thought that intermittent fasting is the only way to lose weight, and there's nothing else. I thought that 6 times per week of training is the only way to achieve your goals. I thought that doing warm-up for 15 minutes every single time before your workout was essential, and you just get very biased towards certain things, but with the experience you start like realizing, oh, actually there's a different approach, different way how to do things, and it's fine. It just comes with your experience, and the more mature you are in fitness, then the more you realize that it's actually quite simple. But I'm telling you right now, if you are in those first 3 years of your training, do not follow just one single approach, because every coach will tell you that their way is the best way to achieve certain result, because they want to sell you their program. But the thing is, there are multiple approaches, there are multiple things, and they all work, because at the end of the day, it's all about consistency and keep showing up. Of course, there are some optimal way to achieve your goals faster, or making sure that the fitness is sustainable and making sure that you are doing it long term. But there is not just one way, there are multiple ways, and it's good idea to just experiment with those. And also finding your own personal values, finding out what matters to you, so then based on that you understand why are you doing this, why are you working out, why are you eating this way and not the other way. That's really important. So think about that and try to be more aware of like what's going on in your head, because everything you do and you will do is based on how you think. Mindset is everything, not only in fitness but in everything else. And if you need to seek out even a professional psychologist, counselor, it is a really great idea. And that is all for today's episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed that one. It was a lot from my own experience. I hope you took something from it, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.